Uh, for the second hour today, we started to talk about micro actuator. Actuator is quite different from the sensor. The sensor output of the micro actuator is motion, deformation, heating, or some optical line modulation, something like that. So it's different from the sensor. Sensor output is only the electrical signal, right? Sensor is trying to convert the physical phenomena into electrical signal. But for actuator, different. Actuator is trying to make some difference, our environment different, make our nearby different. Something like, for the robot, if there's a robot, you want the robot to do some work for you, so you need some servo motor, right? Servo motor or hydraulic pump, trying to do some motion, up. You can lift up something up. So the output is a phenomenon, the kind of phenomenon necessary in the servo or other kinds of many applications. So here we give you some example about the thermal actuator. Thermal actuator means we use heating and try to do some motion. The thermal actuator. And they have some practical problems about that. And also doing the actuator about the electrostatic force. In our big way now. Here, we don't mention about hydraulic. Hydraulic actuator I don't want to talk about because hydraulic power, they're hydraulic system, right? You can do some work. It's for huge system, big system. For example, airplane. You need to do some control about the airplane motion, so you have an actuator. Actuator needs some force, so they use hydraulic pressure to push the air control surface to do some changing about the motion. But here we don't talk about the hydraulic. We only talk about the smaller one actuator. The smaller actuator here. Important thing is about the thermal actuator and the electrostatic actuator. Thermal and the electrostatic actuator. Okay. And we didn't talk about piezo because piezo is not IC compatible. We have mentioned in the last hour, right? Piezoelectric is good for sensor and actuator, etc. But it's not good for IC fabrication. So very hard to make these compatible with IC circuit. So here we don't talk about that much. And we only focus on thermal actuator and the electrostatic actuator. Electrostatic actuator is strongly related with the capacity sensor. So we can have the we mentioned that later. And number 5 is the other actuator. Other kind of actuator is that we also talk about magnetic actuators. Magnetic actuator maybe not very important, but because electrical and the magnetic couple together, right? Electromagnetic wave couple together. So when we talk about the electrostatic, we also want to talk about the magnetic. So other type of actuator is in the magnetic actuator. Finally, conclusion. Okay. For MEMS device, we make it smaller. So we have sensor and actuator. We emphasize once again. Sensor transfers the physical signal into electrical signal. Actuator transfers the electrical command or drive to physical change. transfer the electrical command to physical change, or drive it to physical change. Drive to physical change. So actuator, you try to change something like a person, right? The climate, for example, climate can change our behavior. If today it's shiny, we don't need to take umbrella. If it's a rainy day, we need to take umbrella. So it means that the big environment, the physical change, can give us a feeling. We have sensor, we have feeling, and we try to take some action. So we need to put some umbrella like us. So sometimes the sensor, we have sensor, we can do some action according to the change the environment. But on the other hand, actuator means, okay, I want to change the world. I want to change the environment. I want to change the environment. I want to change. So actuator is not easy. Sensor is much more easier, but actuator is very difficult. Very difficult. So about the micro actuator, something like that. Something like that. I want to develop the earth. I want to develop the world. I like to develop the world. So it's difficult. Here say high entry barrier. Sensor is more proper for startup company, but actuator is no good. Actuator is no good. In our mass product, I mentioned about micro pressure sensor, astrometer, thermal sensor, all of them. Yeah, it's good for our application. But if we look at actuator, actuator is something like that. But DRP chip is the actuator. You can actuate, you can change the light path of each light spot. It's not easy to make. Actually, not easy to make because you need to make it a ray. Very difficult. Actuator, not easy to make. In the concept like the develop the earth, almost impossible. Almost impossible. But we need to use some tricks. We should create some tricks. Try to inference. For example, if you only one person, you want to change the world, impossible? Possible, impossible? Sometimes not possible, right? But many revolutions in the world. Many revolutions in the world. Starting from some people, right? Starting from some people, they want to change the society, culture, right? So then we have some revolution. Revolution is something like, okay, one person or two person, they have some idea and try to stimulate others to cooperate with them, work with them. So gradually then they have some motion, right? Everybody agree with that, finally success. So possible, also possible. It seems not possible. It seems impossible. But if you create some tricks, maybe possible. It means that use some instability. Instability is something like we try to make the phenomena into chaos. And then you can try to increase the inference range for your problem. So using some instability mechanics. Second is array. Array is something like DRP. DRP, 1 million micro mirror inside. Each mirror working very well. So you can change the whole screen according to your need. Try to transfer any kind of image or movie into the screen. Possible, but difficult. The number one stability mechanics is because it's not easy to control. Not easy to control. It means unstable. Unstable is very hard to control. Number two is array. Array is also very hard to do. Chip or millions the sensor on the same chip. None of them fail. Every sensor should be successful. It's not easy. Okay, so entry barrier is very high. Entry barrier is very high. Okay, we pray. Where is your So I mean that you say this is the electrostatic actuator. Electrostatic actuator. Here is a small tweezer. This tweezer is as small as what? As small as about as small as a cell. As small as a cell. Its size is compatible to grab a cell, a mono cell. Very, very small. So you can see some cone structure here. Left hand side, the cone structure. Cone structure is the electrostatic electrode. So you try to, if you apply voltage or don't apply, the tweezer arm will get deformed. So you can see apply, release, apply, release. So very, very, very small. So where is the tweezer? So very small. As small as the pin, like the pin that will hold it. Right? Very, very small. Maybe smaller than the hornet or spider or any kind of insect. Maybe they have some small pins in their body. It's very, very small. So like this, magnify like this. You can see a lot of bacteria, right, in your environment. So their dream is try to use the tweezer, micro tweezer, to seize single cell. Try to seize a single cell. It is a very, very old concept about the micro actuator, micro gripper. They can try to shape something very tiny. So this micro tweezer was invented in 1990. Very, very early, 1990. So it's a very early age, the development of the MEMS. Just after the invention about the micromotor, we show you micromotor, very small, right? Very small, as small as your hair, right? Hair diameter, very small motor. Similar technology can use for making the micro tweezer. As small as possible, you can seize a single blood cell or single red blood cell or white blood cell. Small particle you can seize. Because compatible. The size compatible with several tens of micrometer, even smaller. So it's a micro tweezer. Of course, this micro tweezer just show for your interest, not really realized for conventional use, not really used for commercial. It's only just show you, okay, we can do this. People can do this. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this. So once again, if we want to do the small actuation force on your application, it's something like the lift up to the earth. Lift up the earth, almost impossible. Trick, use this kind of trick. Magnify, you try to magnify your force by the instability, or you magnify your force by thousands or millions of devices at the same time. Very similar to, okay, single egg. You cannot pull the dead insect back to his home, but he can call millions of his companions together to move the insect back home. Right? It's an array. Many small pieces of actuator working together. Yeah. So you can do one thing very huge. So it's a trick, this kind of trick. Let's show you one example. One example is MEMS, a manned air vehicle in the before 2000. It's a covert. It's the outcome generated by UCLA and Caltech in the late of the 1990s, about 1998, 1999. What they want to do? They want to develop a kind of flexible skin, like this, flexible skin. And this kind of flexible skin, you want to, is something like a tap, very similar tap. And their dream is use this kind of tap pass on the wind of airfoil, on the wind of the air. And with this kind of pass, you don't need vertical tail, horizontal tail. All of this step control surface can be ignored. Don't use this kind of stability or control surface. You only need to use the skin friction, the flexible skin, to do the action, try to control your airplane. How to say that? You mean that the flexible skin is not only a sheet of skin. Above the skin, hundreds of sensors and hundreds of micro flap. We are extending up. You can extend it up by your control. You mean that that is the flexible skin. So you can see many small dots. Each dot, you know a flap comes and goes up and goes up. So it's something like hundreds of skin, hundreds of micro control surface. They can up or down, by some independent control. So when you pass this flexible skin here, on the leading edge, there was delta wind. On the leading edge of the delta wind. This delta wind don't need vertical stabilizer, don't need the trailing edge control surface. No more using. You only using the leading edge flexible skin. You can do the air flight control. It's a very smart way to do the aircraft control. Why you can be successful? The reason for it's successful to work is because we use the instability in fluid mechanics. Each piece of micro actuator along the leading edge can generate a branch. You can generate something like that. You can generate a cone air structure. You can generate an air cone structure, and that cone structure is getting larger and larger. So it has a trend of diverge. Diverge is influential area. You can increase the dimension. So many small actuators, they will generate the overall flow region change about this airplane. They can generate, they will collapse into a bigger, we call it a wind tip vortex, very big wind tip vortex. And this kind of wind tip vortex is good for the lift generation of this airplane. So it seems no control surface, but some control surface actually on the leading edge. So it seems nothing for actuation, but just so that you can see the real control about this airplane. It's a very amazing concept. First of all, skin. About this skin, it can pass to anywhere. It can pass on anywhere. Your comb, your nose, your leading edge, and so on. It's also flexible, flexible. But the reason why this sensor and actuators flexible skin not really applied to our daily life, because I don't know, maybe this technology can be applied to military. Maybe US Army maybe apply this technology to their drone design, their unmanned air vehicle design, and maybe it's regarded as a top secret, so nobody can use that because this is a DARPA project. This project is a DARPA project, like your DRDO project, right? In India with DRDO, right? Yeah, military project. So the outcome all belongs to the defense, the Department of Defense. So yeah, for commercial use, no way. So they only in their military use. Yeah, maybe. But Boeing, but the Airbus and the Boeing, the biggest two companies about like making the airplane, they are still curious about the human life. So they dare not to use the too fancy. This technology is too fancy. They cannot image. Oh, that's a big Boeing airplane or Airbus plane. We can do the flight control just by this drawer to tap. So people cannot image, cannot think, oh, it's reliable. They cannot believe it. They cannot believe it. They must look something happen, something actuating, and believe it's work, right? If anything is invisible, they don't believe it. So the micro actuator is pretty so tiny, so people have no sense. No sense. So they are not using. So only use in the unmanned air vehicle region. Unmanned air vehicle is good if the airplane out of control, storm, crash, just money loss. No human life loss. So no issue about the human life. So it's not so serious. So maybe only use in the military use. It's a concept, what we call the flexible skin, have clearly realized by the actuator. A lot of micro actuator is a previous case of the very successful micro actuator. And we also mentioned about DLP, right? DLP is an array type. Array type. Array type is also very hard to do. DLP chip of our projector Spain, the company Texas Instrument, about 20 years. 20 years to develop. They spent billions of US dollars, finally success. They adjust all kinds of material process possibility. Finally, they can reach the yield as high as 100%. 100%. So it's very difficult to achieve. But it's spent for over 10 years. So stretch height, the entry barrier is very high. High threshold technology. So if your money is not enough, your investment is not enough, you will fail. Maybe only research for 1 or 2 years cannot stand anymore. You forget. Okay, back surrender. Yeah. But TI, they keep doing about 20 years. Finally success. Yeah. So DLP right now become a very good business. It's a billion dollar business. Okay, let's look at the MEMS actuator. If we look at the MEMS actuator, MEMS actuator, we have some intrinsic problem in the actuator is too small. We cannot change the work. We cannot influence the environment much. So if you consider different kinds of working principle, electrostatic. Electrostatic, in the small scale, you can do some pushing, do some deformation, actuation, no problem. You can see the micro tweezer, right? The video we just saw, micro tweezer can move in the narrow scale deformation or displacement. But the problem is small stroke. The stroke is too small. If you look at the video, right, the tweezer only have the information about several times the micron. Several times the micron, you see nothing, right? You nothing, any vibration other than that in a larger scale. So how to magnify the electrostatic stroke is the issue. Number one. Number two, how about the piezoelectric? Piezoelectric, right? Piezoelectric amplification, it can be assigned to sensor or actuator, like. But the problem about the piezoelectric amplification is the IC incompatible. It's not used in IC industry. So how about in the future? There actually the commercialization. We have commercialization of the piezoelectric micro actuator. Who to make it? You need to build up your another IC factory specifically to doing this kind of piezoelectric actuator. It's too costly. So it's not feasible. Our feasible way is trying to combine our design with the available IC factory. It's much easier to finish. Even DLP chip, electrostatic, right? Array. It uses IC technology to do it. Even more, it is, based on the IC fabrication technology, it's mature, right? It still spent 20 years to develop. If you have no IC from industry to support you, you need more time, right? So maybe, even the R&D leader maybe retire, and you cannot release the project. So it's a problem. Okay, so before we leave. Okay, so we consider about the electrostatic, piezoelectric, and finally there is another thermal. Thermal also have the problem of the small deformation. I will talk about this. But anyway, you will see a lot of difficulty for us to really study about the actuator. Okay. So actuator so far still a lot of commercial actuators still using the traditional way, machining, not the micro machine. But here, in this class, especially tomorrow, I will tell you more about how to do it. Maybe not possible right now, but we have some initiative study to tell you some try. So looking forward to tomorrow's class. See you once again. Talk about this topic. Okay, thank you for your attention. I'll see you tomorrow.